What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another news video. Hope you guys are having a good day. Now, what I got for you guys in today's video, we're going to talk about something that's a little bit bad, and that has to do with the player base of Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2 is rapidly declining, and it's dropping way faster than expected. And it has these Infinity Ward devs and all these people actually panicking. So we're going to talk about those stats in just a second. Before that, I just want to talk about the quick update that they have released yesterday. So it said right here, we released a small update with fixes for Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2. And here's all of the different patch notes and things you need to know. They fixed an issue with the scoreboard, fixed the exploit. These are multiplayer. And then they also fixed some bug things with DMZ and Warzone. So all these are bug fixes, no brand new content or nothing like that. As I told you guys before, they are currently working to fix as many bugs and issues as they can before the big season 2 update that's going to be taking place in under 3 weeks. So let's talk about something that's going on right now that's actually some really bad news for Infinity Ward, but hopefully might end up being good news for us because they might actually end up doing some good updates. So first and foremost, Warzone 2 has lost an insane amount of players, and they actually lost way more than they expected to lose. And it's actually steadily declining. Every single day it's getting lower and lower. And I mean, I can give you a few guesses on why I think so. Feel free to comment down below. If you did leave Warzone 2 and you went back to like Caldera, or you haven't been playing multiplayer, what's the reason? What made you get off the game originally? But looking at this article from Insider Gaming, they say right here, Warzone 2 has lost more players than expected, and they claim that it's continuing to go down. So right here, if you look at the player peak on Steam, you can see that when Warzone 2 first launched on the 16th of November, it was at 452,000 players. 7 days later, after the launch of Warzone 2, it dropped by 128,865. So now there's only 323,000 players left after the first week of launch. That right there, that was the biggest decline right there in the very beginning. That was expected. Obviously, when a new game comes out, everyone gets on to try it, see how it is. If they like it, they'll stay. If they don't like it, they'll get off. Chances are a lot of people got on it, they played it out, and then they found out maybe the movement isn't as good as it was on Warzone 1. The game is a little too slow paced. I mean, we do understand that it's way slower than it was on Warzone 1. And then there's like no rebirth or resurgence maps or anything like that. So it played a little bit differently, and maybe some people didn't like that, so that player base dropped. And then every single week after that, it just kept going down and down and down. And usually it would stop going down at some point. Like it would start going down only like 1,000. Maybe it'll go up a little bit, but it just kept going down. And currently right now, there's only 121,000 players, which is almost a fourth of what we originally had. So 3/4 leaving is a pretty crazy number in my opinion. The fact that everyone just got off the game. Now these stats, they don't even show you the multiplayer numbers. They said multiplayer is also declining at the same rate, but we don't have the exact details and numbers for that. Now in terms of multiplayer, I think it's pretty simple. Obviously they do more update. They give you more incentive to play. For example, I'm pretty sure most of the players who got off multiplayer, they got off after they maxed out their level and they got Orion Camo. That's like the only two things you were able to grind for. And maxing out your level, if you actually played the game regularly with all the double XPs and things and the glitches they had and everything going on with the leveling up, you probably could have maxed out your level in like a week and a half. The next thing is Orion Camo. If you already got Orion Camo, I mean, there's really no point in playing the game as of right now because you're just capped at a level. There's no new content, nothing going on, and you just have to wait until season 2. So that is simple. With multiplayer, they just need to add more content, keep the game going, add more challenges, more rewards, more things you can do, more maps for more experiences, and maybe change the prestige system because the levels I don't feel like are enough. I'm pretty sure everyone's maxed out their level like in a couple weeks. So that's just multiplayer, but going into Warzone, it's a little bit more difficult to solve because the majority of players that are leaving are actually leaving because of like time to kill, movement, things that they would need to do bigger updates to fix and to change. And let me just give you guys some ideas, and let me know if you guys think these ideas would make the game improve and if you would come back. So Modern Warzone, he tweeted this and he said, things I believe will be changed in Warzone 2: increase base HP from 100 to 150. This will counteract the time to kill by giving you more HP. Another thing is increase cash across Al Mazrah, so no more 100 stacks, so that way you get more money, you could buy your loadouts. And then sprinting while plating, that's a big thing. I mean, if you can't sprint while you plate, as we've been seeing in the game already, you can't escape a gunfight. Chances are you're gonna die. There's no way around it. But the next thing he said, improve buy stations and looting mechanics. So the last one he also said is ultimate perks working properly, which they've actually just fixed with one of their newer updates. So what do you guys think about these? Do you think they will be making some changes like these? And if they do make these changes, would this be enough to bring you back into the game? Because Warzone 1 actually didn't really have that many issues. I mean, the game was working perfectly fine. It had a really good player base. And when they introduced Warzone 2, we were expecting, you know, the mechanics and everything to stay the same, be recycled pretty much. That's what they've been doing with a lot of these CODs. They recycle the same exact game mechanics and they just change up the way the maps look. They change the way the guns are, and then they change the playstyle. But the mechanics are usually the same, right? But they decided to fully change the mechanics when there was nothing wrong. And I don't know if they've ever heard the saying, but don't fix it if it's not broken. This is like the way it's been playing has been perfect. If they would have had Warzone 1 mechanics, everything stayed the same, and then brought El Mazrah, that would have, in my opinion, would have kept the player base going, probably even would have increased it a little bit. And then, obviously, with Season 2, when they introduced Resurgence, that could have even raised the player base even more. And then they could have fully eliminated Caldera because people probably wouldn't even be wanting to play Caldera after that anymore. So what are your thoughts and opinions on that? I personally believe that if they go back to the way Warzone 1 was and had that as a good base, a good foundation for the game, and then from that, they can build on top of it. So introducing new maps, introducing different mechanics, different things. If they start introducing things and then they could test the water, see if players are reacting well enough to them, then they keep them in the game and keep testing it that way. Stop doing these weird updates that nobody asked for. And then when players give you the negative feedback and get off the game, they don't take them out. They take them out when it's far, far too late. Like when they started taking things out the game and reverting and Raven got back into it, the player base went from 400,000 to like 200,000. It was already like halfway gone before Raven even took over. But anyways, they're seeing this number as well as we are, and they're probably panicking. Hopefully, I believe that Season 2 is a fresh start. It's going to be another opportunity for them to make the game better. So hopefully they'll maybe do some of these updates. Maybe you come up with their own ideas to actually make the game better, not some bizarre ideas. And maybe it'll actually be more enjoyable. People will come back to the game. People will want to play it. But comment down below and let me know what it will take for you guys to get back into the game. Personally, I'm a Call of Duty content creator, and even I haven't really been playing the game that much. I ended up getting Orion Camel. I maxed out my levels. I ended up playing Shipment, the new map, until they took it out, and now there's nothing left for me to do. I mean, I really have nothing other than like just go around and pup stomp, which gets boring. And then with Warzone, there's really, you know, the way the game plays, the way it's just so slow. It's just not that fun right now. So I haven't even been playing it, and I'm a creator. So if people have already maxed out, got all the gold camels, got everything that they want, what's the point of playing the game as of right now? There's no incentive. So I hope that with Season 2, they raise these level caps. They bring in extra maps if they need to. Even bring in like a season reloaded, because after the reloaded update, we have like a straight month drought. The season is 3 months long. The first month is the new season. The second month is reloaded, and then the third month we have literally nothing. So that month of having nothing, that's when the player rates start dropping. Nobody wants to play anymore, and we get off the game and do other things up until the next season starts, and then the process repeats. So hopefully they change it up. They add even more content. They add even more. They bring in new game modes, whatever they may do. I just hope that it's good enough to bring this player base back to life, and the game gets more enjoyable. So let me know what you guys think about that. That's all that I got for you guys in today's video. No confirmation on any big updates happening. We're just seeing the same stats that they're seeing. I just honestly hope that they react to it, because if they don't, then chances are this game is honestly just gonna die. So we do have 2 years of this Call of Duty, and we really need it to be good, and we really want them to listen to us and bring content into the game. But anyways, that's it for today's video. I just want to have this little discussion. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. It's been your boy Trizzle. Hopefully I'll be seeing you guys on the channel again.